Hi, you may recognise me as the face of BBC Radio Manchester, Matt White, just at home, chillaxing, naturally. Now I do a lot of things at BBC Radio Manchester, but one of the things I don't do is sport, despite this physical prowess. Now the reason I don't do sport is because I don't understand it, but I know there is a huge audience for BBC Radio Manchester's sport output. So I'm going to go on a journey to find out more about these sport fans, find out what drives them. I find sport boring to watch, let alone listen to. So I want to find out what makes them turn on the radio and listen to sports people talking about sports that they can't see and can only hear. I want you to come on this journey with me. Well, here we are. There's probably no better place to start than Old Trafford. World famous. In fact, there's two Old Traffords in Manchester. One just over there where they have the football, the second here where they do the cricket. The football. This is where they do the football, Old Trafford, known to millions across the world as the Theatre
of Dreams.
The Theatre of Dreams. That's the nickname of the place where we are. Now we're going to go and have a little mill around, see if we can find some fans, lots of Japanese tourists around. So maybe they listen to BBC Radio Manchester online, you never know. Let's go and find out. Who are you going to tune into to listen to the football match?
5 Live.
What about BBC Radio Manchester?
It's not that I wouldn't, it's just that it's tuned into 5 Live, so it's easier.
Did you listen to our coverage of United or football in general?
Football.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think of it? Is it good?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes, there's Manchester United, but I'm told there are other football teams in the region as well. You have to get the balance right. You can't be shown to be having a bias towards one certain team, and that must be tough. So, in keeping with that, we've come here to the Etihad Stadium where I'm told Manchester City play. Yes, Manchester City definitely play here. You have your different programmes. You have Blue Tuesday, you have Red Wednesday, and whilst I'm here, let me just remind you that there is a Matt White Friday as well. So whilst we're here, we're going to have a bit of blue for the dads, and we're going to talk to some of the fans, some of the tourists here to see what they think of BBC Radio Manchester sports team.
I think you do a good coverage on it. I think you do an excellent coverage on it, because I believe you don't have the other half on, do you?
What would make you listen to the radio rather than the television?
I think sometimes it's just like when when a goal's going to be scored, it's just completely different, and the atmosphere.
So this is the next part of our journey. We've done football, we've been to Old Trafford, we've been to the Etihad Stadium, so now we come to Wigan, where it's all rugby. They love rugby here. In fact, there isn't even a football team here. They're not in the least bit bothered about football. So
Wigan Athletic.
Wigan Athletic, that's a football team here. They love football here, equally as much as they love rugby. But we're going to stick with the rugby. We're going to talk to some of the people here and find out if they listen to rugby at BBC Radio Manchester. And if not, why not? And if they do, what do they love? I love rugby. See, that's why we should have got someone that knows about sport to do this. Wigan Athletic.
The commentators are good, very knowledgeable. And with it just being local, they tend to cover, well, obviously all the local teams.
I've come to the end of my journey, and what have I learnt? Well, I've learnt that within sport there's a lot of passion. I've learnt that people like local people. They like to listen to local sports, but they do like to watch Sky TV and they do like to listen to 5 Live. How can we change that? Well, a couple of guys suggested that maybe we could advertise more, although I don't think Sky TV will let us do it on their channel. Now, we all know that I don't like sport. We all know that I don't really understand sport, but I listen to it when it's on the radio. And why do I do that? Because you make it fun. You make it engaging. I watch Top Gear. And I don't watch Top Gear because I like cars and I like exhaust pipes and tyres. I watch it because they make it fun, along with a lot of people. You watch it not because you're into cars, because of the way it's made. And that is what BBC Radio Manchester sports team does very well. You engage me. You make it fun. You make me want to listen. And that's something I think you do very well. Now, I hope you've enjoyed watching this, because I have had a nightmare making it. I hate doing voxes.